Welcome to Smart Remarks. Hey, that's it. I say we just kick all Muslims out of the country. In the name of freedom, of course. So by now you've probably heard about the moderate Muslim group called the Cordoba Initiative, which wants to build a mosque at Ground Zero! Except that it's not really at Ground Zero. It's a couple of blocks away, and the Cordoba Initiative has nothing to do with the people who attacked America on September 11th. It's just that they happen to share the same religion, which, if you're a winger, is all you need to know. Islam kills, screams the right. Sarah Palin took to Twitter to ask peace-loving Muslims to repudiate. That's repudiate with an F. Probably the same grades you got in high school English. They need to repudiate the mosque. And Newt Gingrich said that the mosque ought to be prohibited until Saudi Arabia allows churches or synagogues to be built. Because, see, that's what the right aspires to. Saudi Arabia, except, the Christian version. To be outraged about the mosque is to think that all Muslims are alike. It's obviously going to serve as some sort of terrorist training center and that it's being done as an intentional slap in the face. But a lot of Fox News viewers do seem to think that. Newsweek reported last week how plans to build mosques in California and Kentucky and Tennessee and Illinois have all run into opposition, and they ran a fascinating photo of this with the story, sort of a Tea Party wannabe couple dressed in the American flag, waving Old Glory, marching in a parade to hate the Muslims because they're all terrorists and God bless America! Sad and pathetic? You betcha. But ain't that America these days? It was Michael Bloomberg, the mayor of New York City, who actually delivered the most stirring defense of the mosque, talking about religious freedom and also pointing out that it would be built on private property. And I want to stress that private property because usually conservatives are all about private property, except in this case. Now they're saying that private property is somehow unimportant because real Americans know in their gut that the mosque should never be built under any circumstances, regardless of whose rights have to be trampled, regardless of the fact that inserting government into the equation this way is the very thing they always accuse liberals of doing. But you know what? Either we have religious freedom in this country or we don't, and if we do, that includes Muslims. And if not, let's stop pretending, okay? I get sick of all the pretending. Freedom! Except for you. Here's a hint. That ain't the way freedom works in America. Maybe it's the way it works in Saudi Arabia, but this ain't Saudi Arabia. At least, not yet.
Sarah Palin has a right to her opinions, but I could not disagree more. Everything the United States stands for and New York stands for is tolerance and openness, and I think it's a great message for the world.
Several months.